What's up, friends? Another Friday, another Global Lab patch. Last week, we were all happy and joyful over the nerf on CC resistances and on grabs, etc, etc. Today, we are depressed. Today, we have another Global Lab patch, and as every week, the game seems to violently shift from very good changes to changes that make you want to quit. So... we have some good things in this patch. We have the frontal guard nerf, where if your frontal guard breaks, you have a small debuff, like the Courser one, where you don't regen block. Maybe it's an answer to class succeeding block. And let's go on the passive rework. They rework the passive of every single class. I'm gonna focus on Sorc, okay? You guys are probably here for Sorc. If you're not, what are you doing here? But either way, Sorc, all evasion rate plus 10%, max endurance 150. Yeah, so the current Sorc passive is DP and evasion. It doesn't really matter too much. Sorc is, the way I see it, this is my interpretation of the class, Sorc is a glass cannon. It's an assassin glass cannon with a lot of iframes, where you iframe the damage, you iframe the big scary skills, and you apply your scary unprotected skills or vulnerable skills with the best positioning. That's my interpretation of the class after playing it for quite a long time. And you know, it doesn't mean I'm right, but it definitely is not the interpretation of PA of Sorc at this point. All evasion rate plus 10%. I wonder how they came with this idea. We asked PA when they asked for feedback that we wanted a different passive. The current passive didn't really make sense. And they listened and they changed it to the same passive that we have now, but all shifted towards evasion. Almost every Sorc I know runs DR. Most Sorcs run DR for a good reason, and I'll explain why in a second. But this one doesn't really make sense to me. It's like, oh, what does Sorc do? They iframe a lot. Oh, let's give them evasion rate then. I don't understand. I don't understand this change. Let's go to the changes of the skills. There's quite a few things today, quite a few changes. So Shadow Eruption doesn't have the accuracy buff anymore. Shadow Eruption was incredibly overloaded. And now they say Shadow Kick has the accuracy buff. And this effectively is the old Scattering Shadow. It floats, it has an accuracy buff. Yeah, it's pretty much the same as it used to be, but it doesn't really mean too much because, of course, we have the new skill with exactly the same buff, but a lot more effective. So again, don't fully understand this change too much. I think they just wanted to nerf Shadow Eruption a little bit, which is fair. Darkness released, okay, they fixed it, or well, here they say improved it. I hope it's a bug fix, because before it was incredibly slow. I don't think it's a good change, the fact that it locks you in place. I'm assuming it's intended. I think it was pretty good that we had that extra hop while using Darkness released. Now it's a 360 skill, meaning that it will CC even behind, I suppose. Let me find an empty... No? Well, it says it's 360. Is it not? Excuse me. Yeah, the range of darkness release has been changed to a circle. Well, has it? Kinda? I mean, it's a shitty circle if it doesn't CC behind as well. Yeah, maybe PA has a different definition of circle. Either way, that's one change. Okay. They buffed Shard Explosion. Pretty good, I guess. I haven't properly tested the damage yet, but I'm assuming it's better. It's stronger against... this is one of our best... used to be one of our best ways to deal with evasion targets. They say they changed the attack range of Ultimate Dark Flame. Some changes to Succession. They seem to be doing some work on Succession. I still don't intend on ever playing Succession again. It just feels wrong. Sight looks better, feels better. But it's good that they are giving some love to Succession, so I hope that the Succession Sorc players are a bit happy or happier with these changes. Back to Awakening. They nerfed the damage of Judgment. Judgment was a bit busted on Global, so they nerfed it by 10%. it still deals a lot of damage, but it's from 10 second to 9 second. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. So this is what I think about these changes. In my mind, rebooting was them taking what we have and making it better. Either keep the weaknesses and improve the strengths, or keep the strengths and improve the weaknesses. One of the two. In my mind, the way I see it, every class should have weaknesses. So maybe just improving the strengths, leaving all the gaps, all the openings of Sorc. That would have been maybe the best way to approach this. What's happening right now, and it's really sad to see, is they are making Sorc an essay rotating class. It went from a combo glass cannon to, quite effectively a class that is full of super armors, full of long animations, and it's also, at the same time, it's also a lot faster, the way you can play the class. And you're just spamming a lot more. There's a lot less thinking and a lot more spamming, which might be more fun for some people, but it's definitely not more fun for me. It's definitely not what I wanted, the reason I've been playing Sorc for so long. I'm not saying the class is weaker, by the way, not at all. The class is a lot stronger the way it currently is on global. Especially if you build Evasion. I've noticed that if you go Evasion and you go like 297 to 301, you overall take a lot less damage, obviously, and you still deal quite a lot. And you have a lot of combos. The thing is, before, our combos included a lot of skills that didn't do too much damage, and now with the change we have so many skills that do damage while down smashing. And on top of all the other skills, like the new Shift F skill, or in general all the new super armors, and not even new super armor, just the fact that we have Judgment, we can spam it more often. Kartion, very infamous nowadays. All these skills, right? Like, they encourage you to to rotate these super armors and stay in super armor instead of being smart about your iframing and positioning. You're more incentivized to just spam a lot and go really hard. And I'm really, really sad to see what's happening with the class. Instead of an improvement of the class, we are seeing a complete change of playstyle, and maybe it is needed for the future of like their vision of the game. Maybe that's what it's needed. I can see the same happening to Tamer. The EU Godlike Tamer is not happy. Is really not happy with the Tamer changes, and it's unfortunate. It's really unfortunate that we spend so long playing the classes that we love, and it seems almost overnight they change everything. I'm not gonna say every class, but a lot of classes went through drastic changes that made the class completely different, either for the better or for the worse. The game has went through a lot of these phases where it changes so much. You can say the Garmot in the Awakening brought the resistance meta. The CC change completely changed the meta as well. There's a lot of things that change completely the game, and I don't know how to feel about this, guys. I really don't know how to feel about this. You get so attached playing a class for so long. You do your best to master the playstyle, to master the class, and it doesn't feel like you get rewarded in this game for putting in time. Putting in effort. It's easy to put time into something. You just do it. You just get gear, you get full resistance, and you don't have to put the effort. What I'm saying is, it feels like it's less and less the effort and skill is rewarded, and it's more about just spamming your things, thinking less, getting more gear, calling it a day. And I'm not happy about this. I was very happy last week. I'm not happy now. The fact that all these changes are massive mood swings, it doesn't make me feel good about the future of the game because it doesn't give you certainty. It doesn't make you feel safe. It makes you feel like you never know when you're getting fucked next. You never know when it's your turn to completely lose the class that you love overnight or start to hate the game for some bullshit mechanic. I wish PA would be more careful about it. They've been doing this for way too long, and it's not just now. I'm not talking about now, I'm talking about in general. They release something, it's too strong, they change it, it's too weak. They release a mechanic, it's too broken, they nerf it, it becomes too shit, completely shift meta left and right. And don't get me wrong, making the game fresh is important. I understand how important it is to keep things fresh, but you should not do this at the expense of the people that love the game the most. These are some rumblings, some thoughts. Well, thank you if you're still listening. I appreciate you. Let me know what you think about this patch. I'll keep waiting, keep seeing what they do. Maybe we'll need to go Evasion on Sorc. It's hard to say, it's still a bit too early, but it seems like that's the road. Thank you so much for watching. See you on stream or next week. Kisses.